Welcome to Fearless and Focused. I'm Brooke,
And I'm Casey,
and we're here to share bold stories, real talk,
and strategies to help you push past fear and level up.
Let's get fearless and focused.
A lot of what I, took away was, making sure that, you're delegating your time and you are being the leader at the helm and you're not just working in your agency, because then it's really hard for you to work on your agency. And I think I've been on that path for a couple of years now, getting better at that, learning how to delegate more. And, a lot of the things, that you hear is a 70-30 rule. If somebody can do it 70% as good as you in your agency, then it gives them like 30% room to grow from there, right? So let them empower your people. Lots of messages about empowering your team, giving them the tools, the resources, the coaching, the feedback, and letting them, take it over and then coaching them around it to get better. Um, One of the things I did get to speak at Mega as well, they had a session that was said, what you started, what you stopped, and what you changed. I think the biggest thing for me was, um, I think with any company that you're with, right? Especially if you have a parent company, like I'm an Allstate agent. Allstate is my parent company, right? And I'm an independent contractor. And any company has goals for their team, me being their team. But sometimes their goals aren't aligned with yours. Right? And you're like, "I'm just trying to be profitable. This goal seems really pie in the sky." But you also, like, just have this inner, because as a business owner, you have that competitive drive and you wanna win and you wanna do good. You wanna get an A plus, right? But I think it's important to know that, like, it's still your business. You have to decide what works for you and what won't. If their goals are not aligned with your goals, then that is okay. They're still your goals and you got to do. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm not necessarily gonna chase bonus. For the first time in 17 years, I was like, let me just set that aside. Now, how am I gonna be the most profitable I can and, like, squeeze them for every dollar I can to grow my business? Because this over here is like, not sure where these numbers came from, but there's like, I'm not going to go into debt to hit those and then stay on like a hamster wheel. So I was like, okay, I want to be as profitable as possible. So I heard a lot of that, like a lot of people saying, we need to realign and focus on long-term growth, not short-term growth, and being the CEO of their business. So
Yeah, that's so good. And I was just going to tie that in is like, don't you think that that's the shift, the perspective of looking at it as the CEO versus like the agent inside spinning the hamster wheel on meeting the goals so they can, be on the list for the year or, win the trip for the year, or being a CEO and being like, I need profit is what profit feeds cash flow. Cash flow is all that
yes.
matters at the end of the day, whether your agency, your business, whatever is going to be there. So really dialing into how do I look at this as a CEO and dial in this revenue and be profitable instead of, chasing goals and numbers and all of that. So I'm glad that I think that a lot of agents, once they start shifting, because I remember when I was first starting, it took me a few years to realize that, oh, this is like a business. I'm like a business owner. Like, I think when you get going, like you're just chasing whatever they're putting in front of you to like meet
Yes.
goals to, get some revenue and renewals coming in. And I remember that key. I mean, I want to say probably was like 3-ish years in being like, wait a minute, this is like a business. I'm a, small business owner. I need to set this up as a business and have structures and foundations to be that versus just whatever they're telling me to do. So, I heard a lot of that as well outside of the room, that entrepreneurial mindset. And also, some agents were talking too, which I've always done that through my agency career. I always had things going on the side. And they were talking about that of, not having everything all in one
I
basket,
am.
having some other businesses, real estate investments, whatever that looks like on the side also to diversify, your portfolio. So I thought that was interesting because a lot of times I think it's just very black and white agency owners, but that conversation seems like it's expanding more.
Thanks for tuning in to Fearless and Focused. Remember, success is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, staying bold, and taking action.
If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration.
Keep chasing your dreams, staying fearless, and keeping your focus strong.
Until the next time, stay
Fearless and focused.